How's it going, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video, and today I have for you guys a card art video for every single Super Saiyan 3 Goku currently in the game. Well, I say every Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but of course the Super Saiyan 3 Gokus that actually have a card art origin. But this is, yeah, just more new stuff. Well, not really. I've done this before, but not as consistently. But you know why I'm making these types of videos now. Obviously, if they do well enough, I will continue doing them on a regular basis. But regardless, let's go ahead and jump straight into it with the Undokkaned Agility Super Saiyan 3 Goku art. This appears in episode 245 of Dragon Ball Z. So of course this is the first time that he transforms into a Super Saiyan 3 on camera. Obviously he did transform into a Super Saiyan 3 when he was training in the other world. And of course, once he obtained this particular form, he transformed. But again, like I was saying, this is the very first time that we see Goku access this particular form. And of course, the episode number is going to be different for Kai. So, as far as the anime goes, the only real differences between the card art and of course the anime is the fact that you can just see more of Goku's face in the actual card art. And I have to say, that card looks so damn clean. And he was in fact the second Super Saiyan 3 Goku to come into the game. The first one was the STR type, which of course we will get to in a few moments. But yeah, apart from the not being able to see much of Goku's face, there isn't too much of a difference between the card art and the anime. And one thing that I actually just noticed is that in the card art, he doesn't have a halo. Whereas obviously in the anime he does, because he has been resurrected for 24 hours. So that is definitely an interesting detail to miss out on. Even the, well, to be fair, the awakened art for this particular Goku is based on an entirely different scene. So of course he isn't going to have a halo there. But I'm pretty certain that this is clearly where this particular moment is based on. So yeah, that is the Undokkaned art for the Agility Super Saiyan 3 Goku, episode 245 of Dragon Ball Z. Now let's move on to the Dokkaned art for the Agility Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Of course, this is like, it kind of leads up to another iconic moment when it comes to Dragon Ball Z movies, but this is prior to that particular moment. Of course, this is the Dragon Fist attack, and there are two instances where you can actually find, well, probably more, but the two main instances where you can find this particular card art. Of course, you have the promotional material, where it's basically just a replica of the card art. Well, the card art is a replica of the promotional material, and then of course in the middle you have the actual shot from the movie, which obviously isn't as touched up and clean as the card art and of course the promotional material, but you do have to take into account that this is an in-between shot. So in-between shots are never going to be perfect. You're not supposed to see this particular shots, but it still looks good nonetheless. So this is from the Wrath of the Dragon movie, and like I said, when it comes to the promotional material, pardon me, it's pretty much the exact same. No changes whatsoever, apart from the fact that Hirudegarn is in the background when it comes to the promotional material. However, when it comes to the actual movie, you can't really see the Shenron dragon thing, if you want to call it that, behind Goku. So there is that slight difference, but for the most part, it is the exact same as it is in the movie. And of course, now to lead on to that iconic moment that I was talking about a few moments ago, we have the Goku after he fires the Dragon Fist. I don't know where I was going with that. As you can tell, the shot from the movie, again, it's just, I wouldn't necessarily say it's an in-between shot, but because of the way that they draw characters from a distance, it's kind of hard to fill in those small details. Obviously, with the card art, it's zoomed in. You can have a better idea. Well, it's much easier to fill in, certain details of the eyes, just the facial details, the shading and such. Whereas in the movie, because it's supposed to be a bit of a, not a lengthier shot, but you're supposed to be looking at Goku from a distance. He doesn't have as much detail on him, but it's still a great moment nonetheless. They did an absolutely incredible job of replicating this scene with the card art, so I'm hoping to see more LRs like this in the future. Just, iconic moments that I would just absolutely love to see when it comes to certain card arts, of course. But regardless, this is again from the Wrath of the Dragon movie. This happens right after the Agility Super Saiyan 3 Goku Dokkan art. Of course, if you've seen the movie, you should know that. Yeah, apart from the small minor details when it comes to certain features, let's put it that way, it looks the exact same. And I should probably mention that in the card art, you can see the dragon, whereas obviously in the movie, that isn't applicable there. Now let's take a step back to the OG Super Saiyan 3 Goku. The very first one to come to the game, was the best card in the game at one point. But I love what they did with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku's, well, the STR ones in particular. I love what they did with their card art, or his card art, just because some of the angles, so to speak, or just the poses that he is in are just so dynamic, and it's something that we kind of lack in card arts these days, because they are either just in the pose. I don't know, that's just my take on it, but regardless, you can find this in episode 245 of Dragon Ball Z. Did I, like, now that I think about it, did I say Dragon Ball Super earlier for the other card art? I may have said Dragon Ball Super. If I said Dragon Ball Super, I apologize. It's Dragon Ball Z, obviously. So episode 245 of Dragon Ball Z. Great looking pose. There aren't that many differences at all, apart from the fact that, of course, you can see Goku's full body in the card art, whereas in the anime you can only see a small portion of his body. We can obviously tell that this is where the card art has its inspiration from, and it's a great looking card art for sure. And I hope that it gets an Extreme Z Awakening in the future. And now we have the Awakened card art for your boy STR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This is from the Fusion Reborn movie, and it goes back to what I was saying before about the more dynamic card arts, and that's my laptop, more dynamic card arts, because it's something that we don't really see that frequently, you know, in most card arts these days. I mean, you do have a few instances here and there, but because it isn't that frequent of a thing, it's kind of easy to forget about certain cards that actually look good. But for the most part, I think Bandai has done an incredible job with the card arts that they've been putting into the game, as well as the super attacks. Now we have the Undokened arts for the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. And again, this comes from the Fusion Reborn movie, so you can tell how certain card arts actually, well, most of the card arts actually come from multiple movies. For the most part, when you take a look at the Agility Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Undoken one, you have the STR Unawakened. So a few of them actually come from the exact same episode, and we are going to move on to another one relatively soon, where it comes from episode 245 of Dragon Ball Z as well. So you can find multiple of these arts in just a few minutes of, you know, within each other, and I like how they find inspiration for certain card arts, for, you know, the anime, the manga, just so many. Obviously can't necessarily, well, they can do that with Dragon Ball Z, but for the most part they do look to the anime for inspiration. But there are certain card arts or certain instances, like slash panels in the manga, where it will make for a great card art. For example, no surprise, Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose, when he first transforms in the manga, that panel alone would look absolutely incredible for a card art, but I don't know how likely it is for them to do that, maybe as an LR in the future. But regardless, this is the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku Unawakened art, and you can find this in the Fusion Reborn movie. And the final card art that we are going to be taking a look at today, to my knowledge, I'm pretty certain that this is the last of the Gokus where they actually have a card art that you can find in the manga or the anime. So of course, this is from episode 245 of Dragon Ball Z, such an iconic pose, and if I'm not mistaken, you can actually find this particular pose in the Fusion Reborn movie right after Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan 3. In both instances, of course, because he is an angel, he does have the halo, so there aren't really that many differences between the card art and the anime at all. Granted, in the card art, you can actually see his entire body. I mean, in this particular image, you can't, because I made it a bit bigger, but I'm pretty certain that in the anime, you can only see a portion of his body. But for the most part, it's not that much of a difference. This is clearly the inspiration for this particular card art. But that's pretty much it. I think I've gone over every single card that there is for the Super Saiyan 3 Gokus that are actually findable. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Which card art for, you know, just any of the Super Saiyan 3 Gokus are your favorites? Did I potentially miss one out? Let me know in the comment section down below. But I think my biggest, not necessarily gripe, but I think my thing right now is, do you guys want me to go back to finding the origins in the manga as well? Because I'm pretty certain that you have certain origins for, well, definitely the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Awakened art, that definitely does have a manga origin as well. But to be honest, that may actually be the only one. Maybe the Undoken Agility Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but for the most part, now that I think about it, the only two arts here that may have a manga origin are the Agility Super Saiyan 3 Goku, as well as the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. So that's very interesting to me. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you want to see more card art videos in the future, let me know by leaving a like and of course subscribing. And yeah, I will catch you all in the next one.